Bitcoin, blockchain, ICOs, Ethereum, and all the rest. Are cryptocurrencies the 21st century unicorn, a speculative bubble, or the future of money? The CryptoCast will help you understand the rise, the fall of digital currency, the highs, the highlights, the potential, and the lows, the scams, and pitfalls. I'm your host, Jason Hartman, and we'll talk with some of the biggest names in the space. CryptoCast is your resource for all things crypto. Let's go. It's my pleasure to welcome Darryll DiPietro, and he is CEO of Coincierge Club. Darryll, welcome. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good. And it sounds like you're coming to us from my old hometown, Orange County, California. Where are you specifically?
Actually, I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada at the moment.
Like many
Used to live in Newport
people, yes.
And kept the number, like the 949 number. But yeah, I've been living in Las Vegas for like past 11 years or so.
Well, I lived in Vegas for a year and a half and just moved, by the way. And I noticed there were an awful lot of California tax refugees in Las Vegas, escaping the 13.3% confiscatory California tax. You just can't do business in California. It's ridiculous, beyond belief. But hey, tell us about the Coincierge Club. What is that all about?
So Coincierge Club is a few things. So it started off as a coin that we developed for the Las Vegas tourism industry. And realizing that we needed a vehicle to be able to use it, we created a private key wallet, which allowed users to hold the coin, and developed a point of sale relationship, which allows users to spend the coins at different venues. Which,
and of course, we're talking about when you say a coin, we're talking about a cryptocurrency, of course.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, well, why don't we kind of dive into how we got here and what we're doing. So
absolutely.
Coincierge Club started off as 4 guys that were part of a 30-person group that got ripped off getting into the cryptocurrency space. And so the 4 of us set off to fix that and change that and make an information site that allowed people to not get ripped off, and then also give away free Bitcoin. So we set off to do that about a year ago, building a Bitcoin faucet, a forum, and then blogging about different wallets and coins and ICOs that we were looking at. And about 3 weeks into that, we discovered a massive hole in the Las Vegas marketplace. Now, the same day that we started this business, a law was passed in the state of Nevada that says any business that operates on blockchain technology is not subject to outside taxes, licenses, or regulations. So we set off to build a coin, like I said earlier, that would allow the overly regulated Las Vegas Strip to be deregulated. And what we thought was a huge industry, an $11.1 billion industry, sparked our interest. Now, my background is in nightlife. I have a lot of friends out here that run venues, so we knew we'd be able to get this thing rolled out pretty quickly. So that's what we did. We set off to build a coin connected to a concierge service, just like the American Express Centurion card, that allows users to, get full concierge service. I mean, if you need a hotel booked, if you need a room reservation, a car, airfare, a bill paid, that's what these guys are here for. And so we modeled this exactly as the AMX Centurion card, even going to the extent of sending one of our founders to AMX, get trained by them as a travel consultant, and take calls on the phone live with American Express customers. So that coin came out. We realized we needed a way for people to spend it. And so we built this private key wallet, like I said earlier. 14,000 different coins are accepted through this wallet. It's 3 times faster than Visa to transact information. And then it's also military grade encrypted. So we thought we were set. We were going to take over Las Vegas, and we started going to conferences and realized that this thing was much, much, much bigger. And that's where we rolled out our point of sale disruptor. And so that kind of brings you up to speed with the technology.
Okay.
We've got some other things going on in different sectors with different governments and rolling out. But that's the basis of the technology. Okay,
good. So I'll ask you a couple questions about that, if I may. There are certainly lots of Las Vegas concierge services that provide, high-end experiences to people and any variety of experiences, whether it be nightclubs or hotels or whatever, right? And then there are many cryptocurrencies and ICOs out there. So you actually created a coin, you did an ICO, right?
Correct.
Okay. And how much did you raise in the ICO?
Our ICO was probably one of the least performing ICOs out there. And the reason why is we did not do it on Ethereum, as most of the other coins did. We found a faster technology, and we wanted to operate the ICO on that technology. And unfortunately, we were about a year ahead of the game with bringing that technology to market. And so we actually raised most of our money in the private sector to start this business.
Okay. And when you say you raised your money, was that money for the company or money of people buying the tokens and, buying the currency essentially?
With the private round, we were raising the capital to build out the business. And the same thing with the ICO. All the funds that came in went to building servers and paying for development and marketing of the business.
Okay. So is it a utility token or a security token?
Well, that's an interesting question. I don't think it's either. I think it's a service token.
Okay.
Because think about this, you can only get this service if you get this token. And so we don't need the token as a utility on the platform. So, it's not a utility token.
Okay.
And then it doesn't fall as under a security token, although we follow all of the SEC guidelines associated with having any kind of security. We don't truly feel that it falls under that as well.
Right.
Because, again, it's connected to a service, and it's the only way that you can get that service is to get that coin.
Okay. So that's the thing, is that if you want the concierge or the Coincierge service, the concierge basically, you've got to have this coin to get it, right?
Absolutely. And the network of people that we have out here, my previous industry was managing nightclubs and casino nightlife out here. We brought in Kalika McQueen. She was with the Light Group for over almost 10 years. We brought in James Scott. He's been with SBE for 4 years, and now he's over at Play Management running a nightclub. And so it was all about bringing in the power players. We connected our brand with the GOAT Sports Bar, which is ran by Patrick Hua, who's one of the bigger hosts out here. We connected our brands to, two nightclubs out here, Light and Chateau, Kevin Rega and James Scott. We were able to connect our brand to Sophia Strip Club and Jeff Emilio. So, some of the bigger names in this industry out here for Las Vegas specifically are already involved in this and have been involved with this for about 9 months to a year.
Yeah, very interesting. You must have something that's really unique in terms of the concierge component of Coincierge to motivate people to buy the coins, right? Would that be a correct statement?
Well, see, here's the thing. So there's a lot of advantages in the state of Nevada to utilizing cryptocurrency. And so for somebody like, let's say you're traveling from another country and you want to buy bottle service, well, you're going to take a hit on the exchange rate versus, coming in from like the pound to the US dollar. Well, if you were coming in with cryptocurrency and you were spending that money on cryptocurrency, you wouldn't have to worry about the exchange rate. Now, the venues are still going to get paid in US dollars because we back all the transactions. But the user's experience is they don't have to worry about the hassle, and they get the added appeal of somebody that knows the city sorting them out. And this isn't just like 5 or 6 guys. We hired TELUS International to handle all of our outsourcing. So they've got a dedicated team, ready to take calls for a Coincierge Club.
Right. Okay, great. Give us a scale. It sounds like you don't want to share the amount raised on the ICO, and that's totally fine. But give us an idea as to the scale. Like how many coins are owned by people, or how many people are actually using it?
Yeah, no problem. So up until about a month and a half ago, or about 2.5 months ago, there was less than 1 million circulating, and we made a couple deals with a couple pretty powerful people. We hired on a CTO. He got a signing bonus of 1 million coins. We sponsored a cryptocurrency symposium in Martha's Vineyard. They got $30,000 worth of coins. And we made a major deal with a PR company in LA called Rio Vista Universal for $12 million in coin. They're repping us on an international celebrity-backed PR campaign, which we're currently in Q1 of, and they've set me up with a publicist, and she's doing all the work that needs to get done. So what we're trying to do right now is attach a value. Now, circulating supply of the actual coins is about 33 million that are out there, not including Founders tokens. There's another 20 million in Founders tokens that cannot be utilized until August 29th of 2019.
Okay, good stuff. What else do you want people to know about the crypto world in general, or your business?
So in general, I want people to realize that the technology that's in front of you right now is probably not the technology of the future, but we needed these technologies to get here. Specifically, Bitcoin and Ethereum are not the future of these industries, yet we would not have this industry without Bitcoin. We would not have smart contracts without Ethereum. But just remember to not hedge all of your money into things that are popular now, especially if the only reason why they're popular is because of their trading value. Always look at the tech, the team, the use case, and make sure that you can viably see this product rolling out. There's some things that are out there. I'm not naming any names, but there's some crazy projects that.
Oh yeah, no question.
It's like I don't know what these guys are doing, but we just stay to our own, and we go to the conferences, and we welcome any intelligent conversation as far as the innovation in this industry, because we want to be at the forefront of it. As far as our business that we have, we are looking to make the Coincierge brand all inclusive of something that you would use for everything, from buying, food at a restaurant to paying for your groceries at the grocery store to paying for your car payment. We've talked to car companies. We're working with IBM Hyperledger. We've got one of their guys on our board. We're trying to include all of the industries into what we're doing. We know right now we have the fastest technology on the planet. We know it's probably not going to be that forever, but we want to get everybody involved in things as they evolve, because the best minds in the business are going to make this industry, and we want them associated with our brand.
How do you feel about the powers that be, the central banks and governments? I like to say they're the most powerful forces the human race has ever known, right? And I mean, do you think they're just going to stand by and let the crypto world happen, or are they going to try and squash it? What do you think about that? I mean, that's just what I speculate and worry about.
That's a great, it's a great question. So here's the thing. Cryptocurrency isn't exclusive to this industry. We've got the blockchain industry backing the cryptocurrency industry. Now, as much as the central banking might not want cryptocurrency is the advocate right now for blockchain technology. Would it not be for cryptocurrency, we would not be having as many blockchain technology conversations. And thus the governments know that they need it to be able to get the best out of this technology for every other industry. I mean, banking may get affected, but every other industry can be of benefit to this technology. And, some governments will look at it as yes, absolutely support it. Some governments will say, shut it down. But in the reality of it is, you can't shut it down. You can't shut down a decentralized network. And the Bitcoin network and some of these other networks are so big.
Yeah, let's unpack that one a little bit if we could.
Sure.
I mean, look, maybe you can't shut it down completely, but there are lots of decentralized networks in the world that would probably be a lot bigger if they weren't illegal, like the drug trafficking trade, right? That's decentralized, but it's illegal mostly, right? I'd say a lot more people would use illegal drugs as currency if they were legal, right? There's an inherent risk. So people are in fear of doing something illegal, right? Because they might lose their life or their freedom. And governments can just make it illegal. I mean, look, the product that governments and central banks produce, their widget, if you will, their business, is the business of fiat currency. It's dollars, euros, yen. They don't want someone disrupting that, do they? Now, it's interesting that you say the bankers like it because they want blockchain to evolve. And that's the good point. They're behind the technology, but I don't know.
Nearly every central bank is involved in Ripple. So, I mean, they're not going to let that cryptocurrencies and blockchain technologies go away. But it's interesting that you would correlate this to an illegal drug trade, because it's absolutely the opposite of that.
Listen, I'm in favor. Okay.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about here is we're talking about information that gets stored in a public ledger. And once it's in a public ledger, it cannot be manipulated. It cannot be changed, refuted, destroyed. There's no person on the planet that can take down every single server.
Right. Yep.
And it's also not illegal in a sense that if you were not within a government, if you were on your private island or, in 200 miles off of the coast of somewhere, then they would have no jurisdiction whatsoever over you.
Right.
So in that case in point alone, there's no way to eradicate it. The other part is, these are servers and these are computers and not, people selling drugs and, trafficking money in people. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. All right. I just want to throw that out there because I'm just in fear that they're going to let this go for a little while to see what happens. Then they're going to try and stomp it out. That's what I worry about because it's competition for them. They get a lot of control over a lot of things by controlling the money supply. I mean, hey, there's a famous Rothschild quote to that effect, right? Let me control the money supply and I care not who makes the laws. I think Baron Rothschild said that. So this is a big thing to governments and central banks. They want to be in control of it. Why would they relinquish control?
But they are. That's the thing. Ripple.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Let us not forget about Ripple. That's backed by the banks. That's a centralized money transferring system right there. It's not backed by most cryptocurrency holders.
All right. Yeah, good. I just want to throw that out there and give you a little devil's advocate stuff.
I love it. I welcome it. I love this sort of stuff.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, well, what else do you want us to know about, like I said before, about the crypto industry or your business in particular?
Yeah, so just in general, the direction that we're heading, we actually worked out a deal with Mexico to bring blockchain technology down there. They had approached us at CES. We've been working with them for the past 5 months or so. And our goal is to connect them with Louisiana via an international trade route that runs through Texas, and then that runs the southern belt of the United States-Mexico border out to Tucson and then down to Mexicali, with another route shooting straight up to Las Vegas. We also filed a patent for the tokenization of energy. So we're moving in the direction of being bigger than just a point of sale system, but innovating the entire blockchain industry and building out a network. My job in Las Vegas was to build out a network. So that's all I'm doing now is I'm building out a network of the best of the best of the best of the best. And I'm by no means that. I'm learning as I go. I'm picking up knowledge as I go. And I welcome any conversation, because when two people are open, you're definitely going to learn. We just want to innovate. We want to be the guys that you think about when you think about blockchain.
Fantastic. Darryll, thank you so much for joining us today. Appreciate it. Give out your website and tell people where they can learn more.
Absolutely. So if you want to know more, go to coincierge.club or cryptocashhub.com. Either one of those websites will link to the other one, and you'll get an idea of what we're doing and get to see the team, read the white paper, read the information about the point of sale, and it's always being updated. So click back if you don't see anything. Click back another month. There'll be more information on there.
Excellent. Darryll, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for listening. Please be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any episodes. Be sure to check out the show's specific website and our general website, hartmanmedia.com, for appropriate disclaimers and terms of service. Remember that guest opinions are their own, and if you require specific legal or tax advice or advice in any other specialized area, please consult an appropriate professional. And we also very much appreciate you reviewing the show. Please go to iTunes or Stitcher Radio or whatever platform you're using and write a review for the show. We would very much appreciate that. And be sure to make it official and subscribe so you do not miss any episodes. We look forward to seeing you on the next episode.